Breaking news, Israel says its military is launching strikes on Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. The new attack comes after a second wave of device explosions across Lebanon and Syria. Hezbollah members' walkie-talkies detonated yesterday, killing at least 25 people and injuring hundreds more. Israel hasn't claimed responsibility for those attacks, but officials tells ABC News that the country is behind the operation. It comes just a day after thousands of Hezbollah pagers exploded across Lebanon. Now, Hezbollah's leader says these attacks amount to a declaration of war. Foreign correspondent Marcus Moore joins me from Beirut. Marcus, what's it like there right now?
Diane, it's very tense right now. A few moments ago, as Hassan Nasrallah, the leader of Hezbollah, was giving a speech, fighter jets were flying low over the downtown Beirut where we are, and there were two very large sonic booms. These booms, as we have seen over the past many months, are meant to send a message to Hezbollah and others here in Lebanon. And all of this is happening, as you were just reporting, that there have been new strikes reported in southern Lebanon, just as Hassan Nasrallah was speaking. The IDF saying that these strikes were targeted at Hezbollah infrastructure and were in response, we understand, from strikes that Hezbollah was carrying out in northern Israel. This has been part of the daily tit-for-tat that we have watched unfold, and also adding, Diane, to the concern that we have been talking about for so many months about the potential for this to spread into a wider conflict.
And on that point, Marcus, Hezbollah's leader was already calling it a declaration of war, talking about these device explosions. Now, with Israeli airstrikes added to that, where do you see this going from here?
Well, I mean, I think where we are right now is we're at that position where the concerns are very real, and in every sense, there has already been a war being waged in southern Lebanon and northern Israel. We've seen these attacks going back and forth. The concern is that it could grow into something much bigger. And you mentioned Nasrallah talking about the explosions, the simultaneous explosions being declarations of war. In his speech, he made the point that these were devices that were set off in civilian areas. He said they were detonated without any concern for who might be holding those devices or anyone around them. So really trying to make the point that what they have watched unfold here, he said, crossed all lines, all red lines, both legal and moral. And so, Diane, that will only add to the tension and the risk of this escalating even more.
All right, foreign correspondent Marcus Moore in Beirut, thank you. And let's bring in ABC News contributor, former senior CIA field operative Daryl Blocker for more on this. Daryl, what do you make of those words from the leader of Hezbollah, that these device explosions are a declaration of war, and now on top of that, you're looking at these Israeli airstrikes?
Nasrallah's words ring hollow, Diane. The declaration of war has been 10.5 months of incessant bombing from Hezbollah into northern Israel. So there is a very specific reason why the last 2 days have happened, and it's completely and utterly ridiculous for Hezbollah to suggest that this has come out of the blue, that there's no justification for it, and that it is not in retaliation for what's been going on since the 8th of October.
Now, Nasrallah is vowing to fight on, but he did acknowledge that these attacks were a major blow. So how have they impacted Hezbollah's capabilities?
I mean, just think about this. Everyone should consider the fact that as of right now, they can no longer use their cell phone. They can no longer trust their laptop. They can no longer trust anything that can receive or send an electronic signal. They are completely discombobulated. They don't know what to do next. And at some point, they're going to have to trust that they can communicate again, but they're always going to be aware of the fact that the long reach of the Israelis or whoever was responsible is just right around the corner. That's disconcerting.
So, Daryl, how are the U.S. and its allies working to try to de-escalate this? And what are you watching for now?
So what you're looking for now, the different indications and warnings in the aftermath of this is, what are the taskmasters in Iran doing? What are they going to pull someone aside and say, hey, let's cease and desist. Let's figure out some way to de-escalate this. And those conversations probably are going on. But right now, they're still, within 2 days of all of this happening, and they're in shock. But de-escalation is always, always the purpose for intelligence services, particularly the U.S. intelligence community, to get both sides to reach some type of impasse, to at least agree to disagree, and to stop this senseless killing that's going on.
ABC News contributor, former senior CIA field operative Darrell Blocker, thank you.